Hi Gemini, and welcome back to your monthly tarot reading with me. I'm Ashley Rose. This is your monthly tarot reading for April 2022. This reading is for all Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So anytime throughout this month, even year, you feel called, you feel drawn, you feel pulled to this reading is timeless and here for you always. We're going to be pulling 7 cards for the overview of this month. Sorry. I had a little hiccup there. 7 cards for the overview of this month, an oracle card, 3 cards for your love life, 3 to clarify, and then we will end it with an affirmation. So just give me a second while I get everything caught up and just kind of talk about, what's going on this month aside from what the cards I have to say. We start April off. Wow. Okay. We start April off with an Aries new moon, and it really is a time to reconnect, reflect, refresh how we feel about ourselves, how we feel about what we're passionate about, our desires, and where we see ourselves going, and finally taking the action to make that happen. Because the new moon is the start of a new lunar cycle. And it's an opportunity again to reconnect what we want. It's a time where the moon is totally blacked out from the sun, and it is that time to go within again, to reconnect. It's a time where our emotions are a little heightened, our senses are heightened, and with it being in Aries, there is this energetic feeling of, I need to do what I want to do now. I mean, the last week of March was a little funky. I feel like last week and a half, it felt dark, it felt heavy, it felt like it was really stirring up everything from the bottom of what we've been trying to ignore, and really acknowledge those fears so that when we stepped into April, we can fully take advantage of all the energy and all the power that's at our disposal this month. It really is an empowering time. I feel like the first week of April to kind of come out of that fog we were in for the past couple months, especially with like Aquarius season and Pisces season, and we had so many planets in Pisces, we were definitely being like, oh my God, what is going on? Communication is off, right? And being a Gemini whose communication is the most important, was feeling a little funky, right? And coming into, the start of this month, we should feel a little bit more free in our interactions and how we're just, how we're showcasing our talents. Then we have a full moon in Libra that happens, I forget when, but around the middle of the month. And that is, a great time where it helps us balance out all this energy that we're feeling and all that we're doing, right? Because now we are kind of moving and grooving. We're getting ourselves in a pace where we feel comfortable. And then this full moon comes to illuminate where we need balance and illuminate the beauty that we're building in our life. And, illuminate the structures that are around us, the institutions that we are involved in, and how they can help us even more, right? We're talking like, justice systems, even feel like we can look at maybe some things that are happening in the world during that time. But I feel like it really comes to be this like grounding soft presence to all of what's going on, because now we're finally starting these new beginnings where there's so much at our disposal. We're like, okay, I have it all here in my hands. I'm trying to juggle, and then I feel like this new moon comes to settle us back down, which is, I feel like, very exciting. Then we end the month in Taurus season, and that always comes to kind of, again, ground us back down, get us in touch with our environment, what we're creating around us, and how we can use that to benefit us, right? Because we've been taking this time to create and build new spaces for us to feel comfortable to share our authenticity and be authentically us. And then within that, it's time for us to really get in touch with it and make it an environment, make it a space where we are really interacting with everything that makes us feel like us. Does that make sense? Like an example is, buying a new house. And you might think it doesn't mean anything to just, to decorate it to what you like, your style, the things in your life, maybe pictures, places you've been. But when we start doing that and start creating an environment that is supportive of us, we can feel that support back, and again allows us to communicate more freely, who we are and express more authentically who we are. And again, it's what really Taurus season comes to do, is help us create new life, take the ideas that we've been thinking about, the things that we want to do, and do something with them in a practical way, in a way that creates beauty and structure and security and comfort, because Taurus are all about comfort and feeling comfortable. So with this fresh start we're going after it, we're making things happen, and then at the end of the month is a moment to feel comfortable in what we're doing. And I feel like that is just beautiful. I mean, I think I say that about all things, but like the universe is just so amazing with how it all interacts and how everything just kind of unfolds so smoothly. And when we tap into that, that smooth unfold, really, like, that is where we can really start creating and building a life that feels effortless. And I think that's what this past couple months have really been about, is learning how to create the life that you see for yourself effortlessly, and with no longer trying to try to control, to manipulate, to make it happen, to have these expectations, and if they don't happen, then we are upset, right? Where it's really allowing these things to just happen naturally in the way that they will. Because at the beginning of this month, we have the Five of Wands in reverse. And I love this because Aries had this as well, where we're walking into April and we are freeing ourselves from, the expectations that we used to have. We are freeing ourselves from thinking that we need to prove our talents and showcase our talents in a way to, again, prove to other people that we deserve to be in the space that we created, right? Like, you can showcase your talents, but do it because it makes you feel good, because it lightens you up. It's something that you're passionate about, not to, prove to others that you're strong enough to do this, or that you have the capability and the experience to make it happen, or that you're talented enough to make this happen, right? Because we have the Five of Wands when it's upright like this. This is boys in a schoolyard playing. They're like playing knights. I don't know, they're like swords fighting each other, but they're not, they're sticks. And they're trying to prove to each other who's stronger, who can win, all of the things like that. Because they're fired up, they're excited, they're on recess, they got to get their energy out, right? But with it being in reverse, we're freeing ourselves from the need to prove to other people that we're strong, that we can do this. We're changing the way that we interact with that and allowing our energy and our creativity to be expressed more freely, and ultimately take a risk on the things that we see for ourselves, where we're giving ourselves this validation and this what's the word I'm looking for, this permission to go after what we want. And again, spark that change internally, where we could feel some conflict in the beginning of the month, but none of it I feel is external. It's all internal with what we need to change in the ways maybe we've been in our way, because we have also, that shows up a little bit later, the Five of Swords in reverse. And both of these cards are talking about conflict, and this is serious conflict, and this is trivial conflict, right? But with them both being in reverse, this isn't a month that we can expect conflict. This is a month where we are watching things kind of unfold more naturally, and we're surrendering to what's going on around us, and we're digging down deep into what we need to maybe change. And again, talking about this internal conflict that we may be feeling about that, because there may be some things that we've been confronted with that are a little sticky, or we've been through situations, or we've had loss, we've experienced grief, we've been hurt along the way, and it's really pushing us that, even though all those things have happened, it's pushing us to trust in what we're doing and still make the choice to move forward regardless. Because after the Five of Wands, we have the Nine of Wands. And he's standing here, right? He's like looking at this battle that he's like let go of. He's like, it's just not worth it. It's not worth fighting that fight anymore. The cycles that we get ourselves caught into. And that could be like, fighting the fight with your parents, fighting with the partner, fighting with the sibling, externally with the boss or whatever. Some cycle that I feel like, Geminis, you've been stuck in, you're looking at and you're like, I've learned from that. This isn't even aligned with what I want to do anymore. And I'm holding on to all of these expectations, beliefs, things I've done in my life, even though I know what I want to do is, and I'm holding it in my hand. I have my purpose. I know what I'm passionate about. I know what motivates me and what makes me wake up in the morning. So now is the time to take the opportunity to trust that and go after it, to walk away from this wall that we've built and trust in what we can do. We are giving ourselves the permission to be ourselves, right? My shirt says, don't waste time not being you. And that is what I feel like this whole month is about. And I swear when I put this shirt on to record these, I was like, yes, that's April. Because we don't have time to waste anymore. And this moving forward, this walking away from all of this, again, forward to no conflict. We're not manipulating others. We're not, getting caught in illusions. We're not deceiving ourselves. We're not trying to play games and, again, show everybody else that we're stronger and that we have the better ideas. We're freeing ourselves from those things. This is also 5. And again, we're making the changes. We are moving away from conflict and moving to ease, right? And because at the middle of our reading, we have the 2 of Wands. And this is connection, this is relationships, this is travel, this is having the world in our hands and, really seeing the world as our oyster and looking out into what we want to create. Because now that we've got this settled up, where we aren't interacting with conflict anymore, we're trusting what we're doing, we see who we are, and we want to do something with that, we have the opportunity to move forward into a new direction and start a new beginning that's way more aligned with what we're doing, our desires, and our creativity. And we're allowing ourselves to finally create from an authentic place, outside of worry, outside of doubt, outside of, what we think other people could be thinking about the things that we're creating in our life. We're letting that go. We're letting it be because we no longer have the time or the space to not be ourselves and not to do the thing and not do the things that we want to do. And again, we're at the beginning of this, I was talking about Aries season and how it's really getting us focused and pointed in the direction of what really excites us, what we're really passionate about. This all goes along with that. And in this moment, we stand at our top of our, where we've already succeeded and accomplished so much, where we can stand here in our kingdom. That's what this king is doing, and really look out into our dreams, our emotions, what we want, because there's the water standing over here. I'm almost thinking about this as a mirror too, so we could look in the mirror at ourselves and ask ourselves these questions. But ultimately, the answers are going to come from the connection that we have to ourselves, the connection that we have to our intuition, and not being afraid of taking the next step forward. Because after that, which is going to be breathe, we have the Tower. And so there are some things as we make that decision to move forward that are going to fall away. And that could be relationships, that could be, again, institutions, structures in our life that just no longer serve us. And I feel like some of this will come towards the end of the month. And so we might feel some things kind of be falling and deconstructing. But what's going to really be important and what Spirit wants you to know is to trust what's going on, what's leaving, what's falling away. It's not here for you. It's not working for you. It's not in support of your desires and your dreams. And so it must go away because you're working on bringing better things in. You're working on bringing stronger relationships, authentic ones that honor you and no longer doubt you, no longer try to talk you out of the great ideas that you have in this, expression that you're ready to share with everybody else. It's really a time for you to step in your power, acknowledge that, and allow the universe to do its work, because the Tower is a major arcana card. It's a major theme. It's a big lesson that's happening this month. And I feel like for you, it has to do a little bit with control, right? Because even this 5 of Swords being in reverse, we have talks about control a little bit. So as we've released this, these are the last couple things that we are letting go of. And I feel like it really is a lesson in that, expectations and control and letting go of the things that we think or we thought we needed in our life to succeed, or we thought that, we needed to make us feel special, look, talented, look professional, however it is for you in your life. But ultimately, the Tower doesn't come to completely cause chaos. It really does come to protect you from, again, situations, institutions, and relationships that weren't there for you that weren't really there for you in the long run anyways. And it's better that we get them out before they become something bigger. And even the background of this Tower is all black, and black is the color for protection. So you are being protected through this. So be gentle and easy on yourself as you transition this month. It is a big transition month for you, where I feel like after the dust kind of settles from this, it's way easier to see the opportunity that's in front of you, because we have this Page of Cups. And he's not even looking at these things. Actually, both of these people, I lied. from what I looked at, or the Two of Wands is looking to this Tower because I feel like he knows that this has to happen for him to have the world that he sees for himself. And this could be something that we've been putting off for a long time. But where we're going, this Page of Cups, he's not paying attention to it because he knows it needed to happen. And then we can be the page where we are young and inexperienced about our dreams and our goals and what we're going after, but we have the willingness to learn. We have the willingness to try new things, to pick up new talents or dreams or goals, and to have fun with what we're doing again. And again, allowing our intuition to guide us to this point, because really I feel like Spirit and the universe is kind of not taking over, but kind of taking some of the hard things into their hands to help you with it, to give you this space to create and be new again, to have fun in that, to really be present in this new beginning and enjoy that. Enjoy just learning and taking up and being a messenger and allowing messages to come to you about what you want to do and about where you're going to go within this next month. Because that's really where you're going to find, the biggest moments of inspiration and connection is just being present in the moment and allowing yourself to be there wherever it is. Say you're painting a picture, say you're building your own business, or you're learning a new skill and you're watching a video on YouTube. You're not great at it yet, and maybe you're down on yourself because you're not a master at it yet. You're not supposed to be. You're at the beginning. You can't be a beginning yet. You gotta give yourself the space and the compassion to make a couple mistakes, because you're not the King of Cups yet here. You're not the Queen of Cups. You're the Page. But what is so awesome about the Page, that he has this little fishy friend for support to help him through this. So you're not alone. And this water in the background, again, is a signal of your intuition, just like how your hat is blue. And even like the roses being on, his dress is like new ideas are blooming, new goals, new emotions. So allow yourself to be open to love. Open up your heart, because with that Tower, I feel like the Tower and the Page of Cups brings an interesting energy. And even like the relationship between them can be a little bit interesting. But it's going to be a pivotal moment for you this month. And at the end, we might be feeling a little unstable, a little insecure, because a lot of things needed to be dug up for us to finally put our best foot forward. And it might feel like, not again, or here comes more shit, right? Because maybe the last couple months have been kind of good, and we've been working our way forward, and then this comes to kind of upset us a little. But it's not here to upset us or derail us. It's here to help us get on our right path. So if you're feeling down, you're feeling a little insecure, you're feeling a little ungrounded, or not in great spirits because things are switching, maybe jobs are switching because we have the King of Pentacles in reverse here. Finances could be in an interesting spot because we are, again, a lot of things are changing, but again, this is pushing you to trust where you're going. So if everything seems like it's falling around, remember you are exactly everything is falling down around you. Remember that you are exactly where you need to be, and there's a purpose for it, and it really is building your resilience and your strength. And what is going to be the key to turning this King of Pentacles upside down is, in the face of all this chaos, is you being the stability that you need. Is you being connected to what you're doing and asking the universe, being open to what the universe has to tell you, what Spirit has to tell you about what's going on. And so you can find that balance within it, right? Or something chaotic happens and you're just like, what can I learn from this? What is the universe trying to show me? Instead of saying, why is this happening to me, right? It's two very different statements. One is empowering and one is victim. And it's a moment to empower yourself this month, because ultimately that is where we're moving to, a way more empowered place where we are standing in who we are. But there are some facades in our life that I feel like we really need to let go of. And that could be within ourselves, and that could be with other people around us, even in our job. But it's time for us to move forward. So with that, we move into, actually, seems scary, but here at the bottom we have the Queen of Wands and the King of Swords ready to support you. So it feels like when you want to fall down, they're like, no, we're holding you back up. Because look, this is you being present in your reading right here. You're not too far. You know where you are. You have decided to go on this because you know where you want to go, and you know that there's changes to be made. And even under that, we have the Ace of Cups. So there's love here. Don't think you can't. And just keep yourself focused on what you really want to do, and the other stuff will fall where it will and land you exactly where you need to be. Okay, now we're getting into the oracle card. We have Starseed. What lights you up? 100%. That is literally the whole question for you this month. What lights you up? What are you passionate about? What do you want to do? Like, really, what do you want to do? And I'll read this little excerpt for you because, I mean, I just love that. And this even reminds me of this Two of Wands right here, where she's sitting here on this like stone, which is similar to this kingdom, looking out on the water, looking out onto the stars, really thinking about what her dreams are and her connection to everything around her. What can she get out of this life? What lights her up, right? And even that, what lights her up? Wands, fire. Come on. So we have Starseeds are souls with a double mission: to raise their own consciousness and the consciousness of the planet. They are old souls who have incarnated elsewhere beyond this planet. Many starseeds arrive with the feeling that time is running out and there is something that they came here to do, create, or contribute. If you pulled this card, it is to confirm that you are a starseed and you are being encouraged to answer the call, to follow what lights you up. Once awake, most starseed souls find it hard to have meaningless relationships, conversations, jobs, and they innately know that there is much more to life and feel that there is something more and get to work. They remain restless until they step into their calling, which is to light up the world with their unique presence. Starseeds are scattered all over the planet, in hospitals, in schools, in slums and mansions, on stages and in edit suites, in parks and nightclubs, in taxis and theme parks. Many starseeds spend parts of their lives trying to fit in or in some form of spiritual closet. If you are dimming your light to fit in, it is time for you to stop and start embracing the unique light that you came here to share, and treat your time on earth like a glorious vacation. Yes! That's what this tower is doing. It's literally blowing up any type of expectation or thing about you that you're not allowing yourself to share your light. Time for you to share your light, okay? And that's why this king feels a little ungrounded, because you're like, bah! I'm exposed. And when we talk about earth signs, they don't like to really be seen. They're very introverted, kind of like to keep it cool in the background. They have a lot of layers to them, right? And so that being seen feels a little uncomfortable. But even look at this King of Pentacles. When we flip him upside down, what's behind him? Light. Duh. You. I'm excited because it's literally all this is allowing yourself to contribute in a different way. So I love that. We're going to get into our love reading. We have romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. The Three of Cups. Ooh, I love that. It's bringing a very celebratory, fun, lighthearted nature. There's a new beginning there, and really you're just having fun with these romantic feelings. I feel like flirt could even go with this. Then we have new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Nine of Pentacles. Yes, and then we have chemistry. There's a strong magnetic connection here. Three of Pentacles. Ooh, I like this. This could be an earth sign. This could also be, there's a couple earth signs here. Water, even some fire. Oh no, you got your options open. But I love that because we are, as we've stepped into who we are authentically and we allow our light to shine, we offer the space for new love to come in. Love that's fun, that's exciting, one that is successful. And because we went on our own to figure out who we are and build something that makes us proud, build stability within us, we can have something that's filled with chemistry, that's meant to happen, that people can take a step back and look at your relationship as, in admiration, but also as like, what's the word I'm looking for? As not even like, not guide, but as an example of what love can really be when you allow yourself to have fun and express each other authentically, right? You give space to each other. Because I feel like this Three of Pentacles is like, almost like a work of art. And maybe that's how somebody feels about you or you feel about them, or they're like, it feels like the Titanic, like, let me paint a picture, right? Or maybe vice versa, you're doing that to them, but it feels really exciting, it feels really grounded, and it feels like, new love. I love that. What's better than like the beginning or like new love? That's my favorite time. But all right, let's get into our affirmations. If you'd like to know more about me, what I have going on, or you'd like to book a tarot reading, you can go to ashleyrose.com. You can follow me on Instagram as well. That's Ashley Rose Tarot. The links are in the description. Like, share, comment, subscribe to my channel because I love having you guys here. And our affirmation is, I am kind and loving towards others while creating clear boundaries that protect my good feeling emotions. Yes. I love that, because you are creating boundaries for other people in your life this month, and you are creating boundaries for yourself and allowing yourself to come out more authentically in a more kind and loving way that maybe we've been before, because maybe we've been shamed in the past. And we want to protect our good feeling emotions and give space for those who also respect our good feeling emotions. Talking about our love life again, okay? So I love you guys. That's where I'm going to leave it. I hope you have a great April, and I will catch you in the daily tarot readings.